Welcome to In Pursuit 360. My name's Greg, and I'm going to be your facilitator or your field training officer on this channel, In Pursuit 360. I got the idea to create this channel probably about a year and a half ago, and I kept putting it off, thinking, I don't have the right equipment, I don't have the software, I don't have the knowledge for editing, that type of thing. But I have decided that I'm going to use my iPhone and this cheap little speaker mic thing that I got from Amazon and get started, because I think the content of this channel is important, and it's important for me to get it out there for you. So what is In Pursuit 360? It's a little play on words. In pursuit, of course, a law enforcement term for a chase. Well, we're going to be chasing down knowledge on this channel. We're going to be chasing down knowledge about law enforcement, and I'm going to delve some into private security. And the 360 degrees, all the way around. So we're going to talk about law enforcement, private security, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm not going to leave anything out. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I want to give you all the information you need to be successful or to have the knowledge that you are interested in about law enforcement or private security. So In Pursuit, chasing down knowledge of law enforcement, private security, 360 degrees. It also just so happens that 360 was my first badge number working for the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. So there you go, In Pursuit 360. Aren't I clever? So, if you're a civilian and you're just interested in things law enforcement, like maybe why did law enforcement act a certain way in a certain circumstance, or why do law enforcement officers seem to personify a certain attitude when you see them out on the street, I'm going to try to fill in some of those gaps. Any questions you might have, put it down in the comments. Shoot me a question and I'll make a video on it, or I'll write you back directly and answer it if that's appropriate. So for anybody not even interested in a law enforcement career or a private security career, anybody just interested in knowledge about law enforcement or why we do the things that we do, this is for you. Anybody interested in a job in law enforcement, private security, this channel's for you too. I'm going to be going over the hiring process, different types of law enforcement agencies, different types of private security jobs, how to apply, the best way to fill out or create a resume, what types of information do you want to put in there, information. I'll give you some mock questions for an interview panel. Anything that you may encounter in a hiring process or trying to decide which direction you want to go in, because there are multiple different types of law enforcement agencies out there that you can pick and choose from. So this channel's for you. What if you're already in law enforcement? What if you're already in private security? This channel's for you too, because I am going to talk to you about advancing your career. What are some things that you may want to do? Do you want to be a field training officer? Well, I was a field training officer. I've done that. Not only that, I recreated and ran the field training officer for the Pentagon Police, a federal agency. Did that for 3 years. And I hired lots of FTOs. So I can tell you all about the hiring process, the kind of questions they're going to ask, and things that they're looking for. You want to be a sergeant? You want to be a supervisor? Well, I was a sergeant and a first sergeant for the Stafford Sheriff's Office. I was a sergeant for the Pentagon Police. I was the Field Training Evaluation Program Commander for Pentagon Police, and I also am a lieutenant and a supervisor for a private security company now. So I think I have a little experience in that I can direct your way to help you out. Talking about mock interview questions again, applications, how to fill it out, things that you can do in advance. So, bike patrol. Want to do bike patrol? I ran the bike patrol at the Stafford Sheriff's Office. How about Marine Patrol? I ran that too. Canine? I wasn't in Canine, but I wanted to, and I applied and interviewed 3 different times. I'll tell you why I didn't make it later. But Canine, I know a lot about Canine. I know a lot about the interview processes. Applied for Canine at the Pentagon Police. Didn't get selected there. I'll tell you about that one later too. But I know a lot about the Canine process, what they're looking for, and some of the answers that they want to hear, and things that you need to have in place for K9. How about SWAT? Tried out for SWAT one time. I got to be honest with you, physically I wasn't up to the challenge. I was up to the physical challenge of being a law enforcement officer, but SWAT, I just was never interested in that level of intensity. So that wasn't for me, but I did go through the process one time, so I know what that's all about. I can give you some insight on SWAT. Any other specialty? Now one of the big things is they have drone units in law enforcement agencies. I get you the information and tell you about that. So whether you're a civilian wanting to know about law enforcement, or maybe you are interested in getting into law enforcement, or maybe you're already in law enforcement and you want to know things about advancing your career, or even, how about this, dealing with inter-office politics. There are politics everywhere you go. I don't care if it's law enforcement or private security, Kmart, Walmart, IBM, Apple, doesn't matter. You work for anywhere, and there's always going to be office politics. There are always going to be things that you have to deal with. So I'll help you negotiate that as well. Got a very extensive background in leadership. I've been through tons of leadership training, and the difference with me is I believe in it and I apply it all the time. I've applied it for years and gotten it to work for me, and gotten my people to produce and do the things that they needed to do. So I can help you out with the leadership aspect as well. A little bit about me real quick. I'm a 21-year law enforcement veteran. I did 13 years with the Stafford County Sheriff's Office in Virginia. We're the only law enforcement agency in the county. So I didn't work the courts. I didn't serve civil process. I worked the road, operations, answering calls. Pentagon Police, worked there for 8 years, was a sergeant for 7. Like I said, field training commander for the last 3. I've worked private security off and on before and after, and kind of in between a little bit. Grand total of about 7 years private security experience. I was a site supervisor for a Library of Congress satellite site out in Culpeper, Virginia. And I currently work on a federal contract here in Virginia. Not going to get into the company name, or where I'm at, but I am currently a supervisor on a federal contract. So I have lots of experience, and I've been an instructor for over 17 years. That's why I wanted to start this channel. I started this channel because I love training, I love helping people. Which is the reason I became a cop to begin with, is because I believe in service to the community, I believe in helping others. So by creating this channel and by interacting with you, I think I can help you get to where you want to be, or at least shed some light on things that you want to know, so that you can be better informed and have a better understanding of law enforcement and what law enforcement and private security are looking for, if that's the career field you decide to choose to go in. So I hope you follow my channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get updates when I upload new videos, and hit the like. Make some comments, ask your questions. I'm here for you. Be careful, be safe, and we'll see you next time on In Pursuit 360.